Hey everybody, Jacob Godar here. We're normally talking about lawn, landscape, and business, but I just had someone ask me about kind of a follow-up on the testosterone video I shot before. Health is always one of the most important things to me, trying to figure out how to get better. It's not all about like trying to get pumped up or anything like that, but for me, being healthy, trying to improve. Is there some unhealthy things I do from time to time? Yes. But overall is having more energy, is living longer, is eating well, being in shape. Is that important to me? Yes, because I know that it's foundational for me having all the energy for my family, having all the energy for the business, being able to push forward and grow things and be involved in all the different things I want to do and want to be involved in. And so earlier this year, actually last year, I had a couple blood tests when I was wondering about my testosterone. I didn't really have any bad symptoms at all of low testosterone, but I just felt like I couldn't cut weight as fast as I should be able to. I was killing myself. I was running a bunch, I was eating really well, and I just wasn't, the needle wasn't moving. So I finally got my blood checked, and my testosterone was rock bottom low. I think the first time it was like 130-ish or 160-ish. And then the second time after I did a lot of diet change, tried to make things better. And it was up a little bit higher. It was like at 190. I went into the doctor and they said, no one in the right mind would tell you you would be healthy to stay this way. You'd be much healthier to be on some kind of supplement, some kind of injection, something to get your testosterone back to where it needs to be. I'm obviously always going to go for something that's going to better my health. With the only real side effect that I had of not being able to really cut weight as much as I thought I should be able to, being the thing that was like really there that I noticed. What really sold me on this is being involved in the things I am. There's a lot of stress and anxiety in knowing that hormone, that typical thing, that is extremely helpful if you're dealing with stress and anxiety. And so if you have low test, that can lead to stuff like depression and other mental issues. And so when he said that when you're dealing with stress and anxiety, this can make things easier to cut through. It can make you more focused. It can make you more clear. I said this is a go because for one, it'll probably allow me to get into better shape because the higher testosterone, the more you can physically get in. It's the building block of building muscle and all these things. And by no means am I a scientist or doctor, so I'm just talking from my experience. And so I was like, this is a go. So I did end up going on injections. I would say I'm over a year into it now. We do blood tests at least quarterly, and my testosterone is much better. It's in the high 800s, and the span of where I have been told, the average is 300 to like 1,000. And so being kind of in that window, because I had fallen out of that window and had super low testosterone. So that's where I'm at now. Now, some of the things that it is really helped. For one thing, I'm stronger than ever. Now, I have a harder time losing weight again because I'm putting on a lot of mass lifting in the gym and building. So I've always been someone who wanted to work out or who wanted to train. I've been really going back and forth from lifting in the gym to doing a lot of walking and jogging and trying to lean down. So I'm always mixing it up. I'm always trying different things because earlier this year I was training for racing. Now I'm not training for racing anymore. So being the lightest person in the world is not that important, and I'm just wanting to stay active. So stronger than ever in every way. I really feel like that is it's kind of almost an understatement. I feel better than I ever have. And it's really good to know that my levels are maintained. I'm somewhere where I'm at a healthy level, and not just that. When you go and look at my blood work is really good. My overall health is really good. And it's super awesome when they run these full panels because you're not just seeing your testosterone, you're seeing all the stuff about your health. I just had a friend of mine who got diagnosed. He has cancer, but he caught it really early from getting things checked on. So even doing testosterone to where I need quarterly blood checks or blood analysis, whatever you want to call it, blood draws, getting all that information to see if anything's out of whack, see if anything's telling you, oh, you're like, maybe you're diabetic or whatever. Like these things, the earlier they get noticed, the more you can attack on stuff. Like health-wise, I know it sucks to find out anything bad about your health, but finding out allows you to be proactive and hammer the problem and solve it. If you sit back and let things go, just like cancer, like anything else, it can become a bigger and bigger problem. By the time it presents itself so loud that you have to deal with it, you've already lost the battle. So being proactive is so huge. Another big thing that I've noticed about having my test back where it should be in general is just the fact that I immediately thought I slept better, and it felt like I could sleep less but feel more rested, and it plays a big role in how well you sleep. So that was one of the things. I don't notice that as much anymore because I'm so used to it and it's been so long, but I remember at first I just felt more rested all the time, and that was a huge benefit for me because that plays back into the mental ability to go and hunt all day long in the business, the energy to be there for my kids after work and do whatever it is that I'm doing. It takes a lot of energy to do what I do. I work out a bunch, I work a bunch, I hang out with the family a bunch, and that's one of the biggest reasons that I'm so involved in health in general. So that was one of the other benefits for me, and that kind of wraps up a lot of the things that I have noticed about it. It's super easy. I originally thought that, you know, shooting a needle in you and doing testosterone was going to be a scary, questionable thing. It's such a minor thing. It's so easy to maintain. It's so easy to do. You don't have to go to a doctor's office. You can do it at home. And I just want to empower you that this has been really good for me. It has helped me get back to where I wanted to be physically, and I didn't even know that that was going to be an option of something that I could potentially need, but it's helped me accelerate some of those things to get back into better shape, which is where I wanted to be ultimately anyway. And I believe that it did probably help my mentality, help the crispness of my mind, and help my sleep, which is all of those things are awesome. So if you can move the needle like 1% in a bunch of different areas, it adds up to 5 and 10 and 15%, and that's really all I'm going for. And on this continued list of things I'm looking to do for my health to kind of step into the next thing that I'm looking to do for my health, I guess ever since I've been since I've been married. I've been a chronic snorer. I never used to snore when I was younger. And I've done and tried a bunch of different little things about it. And most recently, I'm going to do a sleep apnea test because I'm always, I guess I'm saying this stuff so you know that I'm always looking for that next little piece. What's that next little 5%? What's that next little 1%? What's that next thing that's going to help me get better, have more energy, be more well rested? And that is the direction of how I attack everything in my life, whether it's the business, whether it's my relationship. What's the next thing that I can do to improve all of those things I'm involved in? So that's the next piece of this puzzle. Hopefully that makes me feel even better, have even more energy, be even more healthy. And I really just want to push you to go get your levels checked. You might have a vitamin deficiency. It might be testosterone. You might have all of that stuff be good, and it might be something else that you haven't been listening to someone say you snore enough to shake down the house. And like, what are the things that you're letting go and you're thinking, oh, I don't have time for that right now, it's not that big of a deal, I feel all right? Because I'm the type of person that goes 1,000,000 miles an hour, and really, like, I could do it with my leg broke, right? Maybe you're the same way. That's probably one of my biggest issues, is I would let a lot of stuff slide because I don't let things faze me. I'm used to dealing with pain. I've worked through pain. I've raced through pain. I've had broken bones. I've almost died, and I'm so used to just moving forward no matter what. And so no matter how you are, but especially if you're like that, get stuff checked out. See where you're at. See what you can do to better yourself, because the better you are, the better you'll be for everyone. Hope that helped you. Hope that gave you the push to get rolling. And leave it in the comments below if you've ever checked out any of this stuff. Like I said, on the sleep apnea thing, which I don't think I have. I think, unfortunately, I have some kind of like respiratory issue because I've always been congested my whole life, and I think it's finally just taken its toll because I don't do any of the gasping at night and stuff. But are you doing anything with that? Have you had your testosterone checked? What health things are you doing to be the best version of you?